Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday evening, 8 p.m., and you're listening to the home of Commodore 64 remixes, Slay Radio. Let us spice up your evening with Slaygon's incoherent ramblings.
Anywho Hazel.
And Ziona's pro dance moves to the best selection of remixes, sits, and demo scene tracks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this thing. Slay tuned.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
It's the middle of November, almost the middle of November. This fact minutes, and sometimes I still do, but never mind. It's really a hassle. So yeah. But how are you doing?
I'm doing quite okay. Had at least somewhat productive day, so I can't complain.
Somewhat productive.
Yeah, I could have been slightly more productive, I guess. But we had an alarm triggered here in the house, so I had to kind of pop over home and check it out and all that shit. So, yeah. So, there we go. But, never mind. I had a phone meeting to be on anyway, so can't really be very productive during a phone meeting. Tried to do some work while the meeting was going on, but, yeah. Doesn't really work out that well always, but anyway, how was your day?
Well, I was surprised by the phone call from the alarm company because it was ringing on my Hungarian phone, which is the secondary phone given, and it was a Swedish number. And usually this doesn't happen with my Hungarian phone, that the Swedish number is calling. So that should be something important, I guess. So yeah, it's... And also partially because I started my Swedish life with a different number that I have right now. So that was kind of surprising. But then again, everything turned out great. And it was all our big kitten, big-bellied one that opened the door.
Yeah, well, the door was open, but she popped up or jumped up on one of the speakers in here. And since the camera detects kind of size or number of pixels or whatever, when it's that close to the camera, it kind of filled half of the camera view, triggered an alarm. So they checked the video stream at the Alarm Central and said, we think it's this, but you know.
But so, you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
So... Okay. I wanted to ask something related to that. Like, was there a sound as well? Like
No, it didn't actually trigger the alarm because it was right at the kind of threshold before it would have triggered the alarm. A cat is kind of small. Okay. So, yeah. It was... I think it was Puko, and she was sitting at a kind of a level in the image where there's not supposed to be cats, basically. And this camera in the studio is set a little bit more on a more sensitive setting than the other cameras in the house, because there they cannot jump up other than to like the sofa or the TV furniture, that sort of thing. Yeah. So they are not kind of at a level where the camera would consider them humans, so to speak.
But cats can go anywhere, so practically...
Technically, yes, but the cameras are set so that it would be hard to kind of mistake them for humans or humans for cats. Let's put it that way.
Well, that is indeed hard. And good that Wobbler joined us on IRC because...
And on YouTube as well.
Yep, because it might happen that, well, he released 4 tracks the past week. So we decided to play as a first track The Last Ninja. Am I really? Is he really? Let's check this
Is he
thing
really,
out.
really?
That play button doesn't work. Ah, it works
You
now.
might want to rewind the track.
Yeah, right.
Am I really the last?
And Wobbler says that he knows everything about bad stuff. Well, it wasn't that bad.
Bad stuff? What the hell?
Bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
Yes, not bad. I mean, well, not bad stuff, but bad stuff.
Haha.
That's going on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah, I remember when I was learning Swedish and English, by the way, as well. With the, I thought I sounded like a retard when I spoke.
Well, welcome to my world. I still feel that way.
I know it's kind of a hump you need to get over. After you get over that hump, it's gonna be better. Like mentally get over that hump.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry. People, we need requests. So hop over to slayradio.org and go on the live and make requests. The IRC requester is still broken because I haven't had time to look into the bot thing. GoHanks is basically just waiting for me to get on it and fix it. But I haven't gotten around to it, other than I actually installed a new bot and transferred the scripts and all of that shit, but haven't started it yet, haven't debugged it yet, or anything else. So there we are.
Okay, there we are. So slayradio.org, and you can put in your requests. And well, you don't have to. It's just nice. But we
Yes,
can
you have
always.
to.
No, we can.
Right now.
We can always play the songs that we love. So I'm fine with that too.
That is very true, but
But it's more fun if we do this thing together. So just keep going and request. And Wobbler added semi-bad. No.
what is semi-bad?
It's slightly better than semi-bad. No, I'm kidding. It was really good. So yeah, keep going. And yeah, I guess we spoke about this thing, like quality versus quantity. I think it's like sometimes when you produce things after each other and you are in the flow, it's really, really nice as well. But of course, sometimes it's great if you give it like 1-2 days, and then it can be even more improved, because it might be even nice in the original state, but it can be even better if... Sometimes I just wake up when I do a sort of start of a song, and then the next day it's like, that's off. I don't know why I thought yesterday that it's a good idea, but,
I know the feeling.
I know you know. He is very actively working on the cinematic thing right now.
Yeah, and speaking of leaving it for a day or two, I left a track for a year or two, and now there's a whole new lead in there by Vangelis, and it's sounding fucking kick-ass now.
Oh yes, it's going to be a kick-ass song. At one point maybe we should have an exclusive show-off of that.
Yeah, sure. When it's done.
When it's done, okay. Oh, that will take a... Never mind.
No, it's almost done. I know exactly what to do now.
I just know that you're a
that's the
perfectionist.
last
That's it.
bit of that fucking thing to do, and then it's all done.
Okay. Hold on, people. It's gonna be awesome once it's happening.
It's gonna rock.
But I know he's a perfectionist, so it's gonna take still some time, probably.
I don't know if it's if I'm a perfectionist or
Oh, yes,
just
you are.
too self-critical. I don't know.
Oh, not a perfectionist, only too self-critical. I haven't heard this yet. Good. That works too. Okay then.
Because perfectionist implies that I think I can make something perfect. I don't think I can.
No, making something perfect compared to
My expectations.
not your expectations, compared to your skills at the moment, maybe.
For me, perfectionist basically is expectation of from myself and from the outside world, and the skill level and surpassing that skill level slightly, at least. So,
Okay.
Kind of doing the best you can and a little bit better.
Yeah, okay. And a little bit better. But you are at a certain level of skill set usually, and it's kind of hard. Well, it's a great challenge to do a little bit better than your skill level, but you shouldn't feel bad if you are doing something on your skill level, probably. I'm telling this to you, but then again, I'm not really consequent with this, because this is not the same thing that I tell to myself. So that is a bit tricky.
It's easy to give advice rather than actually live by it. But yeah, I totally agree that it shouldn't be something of that is an issue, but sometimes it just is. Anyway, song.
Well, song. I thought that maybe we can have Lala's special and very unique one of the last songs that he produced, which was Commando High Score, Just Whistling. And it pretty much stood out from the competitors on Bit Live as well, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of doing its own thing.
Yeah, definitely. So let's give it a listen. I really like those harmonies, especially in the end. It's lovely.
Indeed.
Very nice job, Lala. Once you will hear the show, because I suppose he will. He usually does, even if not real time, maybe later.
Maybe later. Usually later.
Yeah.
Sometimes he pops in during the show, but he's at work. Are we Yeah, we are actually stuttering a little bit.
Stuttering?
Yeah, on the video stream for some reason. I don't know why. This is odd. I checked and checked and checked everything. What is going on?
You should have a look. You are the video responsible person.
I am. That's so sad because now I can't complain to anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. At one point I have to get into this thing as well, so I can help you whenever needed.
Let's see. Oh, we are... Hold on. I think I have a quick fix.
Okay. Well, while he runs up, I'm that... hi Cowbell and hello Armandox as well. Nice that you joined us. And yeah, it appears that we have a nice calm evening, and I'm pretty sure that soon we will all queued up with the request, because this is how it starts. I hear a sort of sound in my headphones. Did you do anything up there? I heard some weird sound effect in my headphones. Did you do anything?
Nope.
Okay, then that was something that I have no idea about, but okay.
Hopefully that will fix the stuttering problem. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, smoother now. Oh, my Facebook feed stopped.
Your Facebook feed.
I don't know why. Things are not going my way today.
Oh,
Well, okay. Now it's not stuttering,
okay.
as far as I can see.
I can imagine how entertaining that must be for the listeners to listen. It's not stuttering, it's stuttering. We have to find a workaround. It's like, who gives a shit about that?
They can continue listening to the stutter and whatnot, but never mind. This is live radio. We don't plan these things. Shit happens and you fix it. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Get on with it.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine. I'm all fine, never mind.
Now that they pointed out that he was stuttering, I fixed it. Problem solved. Now we can carry on.
This is how a live bug fix happens.
Yes.
He's really good with that.
I am.
Yeah. All the pressure and everything.
Ah, Boswank, hello here, sexy slayers here, and YouTube and etc.
Yeah, he also said hello on a funny way in requests as well. We will soon get to it. And Funky Dad said that it was a ghostly pling, so listeners could also hear it.
That was most likely me disconnecting the remote desktop viewer on for the workstation.
Ah, look at that. Okay, then. I see. Well, I guess we should carry on with some audio for the ears.
Yeah, instead of doing plings.
Plings, yeah.
Pling.
Boswang says, hello, you sexy motherfucker. Motherfuckers.
Sexy motherfucker.
And then a heart sign. Hi, we heart you as well. Fancy a bit of Da Funk Driven 21. Slaygon's crotch is a fine place and he has a large cook.
You never heard of that word?
I agree with the second part. So you don't agree with yourself on the first part? Hang on a minute.
It's the intro lyrics for that song he requested.
Ah, yeah, right. Okay. So let's give it a listen.
Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part.
Well, okay, so now I get why we agree with the second part. Yeah, you tend to forget those things sometimes.
Yeah, haven't heard that in a bit. So, understandable that you forget.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while to connect the dots to... interesting.
Did you know that it's Astrid Lindgren's birthday today? It would be the 112th, but...
No, I did not.
Yeah, but it's not anymore.
Här kommer Pippi
Pippi Longstocking, and I think you know her even better because it's definitely part of your culture or cultural heritage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah, well, happy birthday.
No, but not anymore. But
happy
very nice of you,
happy
though.
Death Day.
Oh my God.
Well, but she probably didn't die on her birthday, so it's probably not her death day.
No.
Shouldn't that count?
Well, yeah, in case you died already, probably. But it's like, if she lived a very long life, she was like 95.
Yeah, she
So-
got really old. But yeah, but it doesn't matter. She's still gonna be dead a lot longer than she was alive. So death days are more important.
Right. Your argument is valid.
Prove me wrong.
What to
damn
say
it.
to that?
Prove me wrong.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. So, well, okay then. But yeah. And Nils Holgersson was also coming from
Denmark, I think.
no, but that's not her thing, right? Yeah.
Nils
Oh,
Holgersson.
Yeah.
No, that's what's his face?
I have to look that up.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Yes, because Nils Holgersson was something that I was raised on, just so you know. Selma Lagerlöf.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
of
and
course
she is
it's
Swedish.
Sweden.
Duh.
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 Of course.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Why do I think of Denmark when I hear Nils Holgersson?
Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I
obviously.
don't know. I'm
Me
I'm
neither.
stupid, probably. That's why.
You should remember those things because this is as significant as the Rubik's Cube for me, because it's that was one of those things that Anna Rubik created it. It wasn't really very popular in Hungary, and then he took it outside the country, and then all of a sudden it became a success. And then since then Rubik's Cube is nice entertainment for a lot of people, and there are like a lot of varieties, like really.
Yeah, it's a shit bunch. I had a bunch of them as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of fun that sometimes you have to take things out of your country to make them successful. As you said with Roxette, for instance.
Yeah, of course they were known in Sweden, Roxette, that is, but they were. It took a long while before they became big. It was like they needed to conquer the rest of the world before Swedes just went, okay, then we'll appreciate you then. Okay, if you
Okay,
have
then.
to.
all the rest of the world is crazy about it, so we have to. Was it the same with Ace of Base?
Yeah, pretty
Oh
much.
my god.
Well, actually, no.
No?
No, that was weirdly enough. They were big in Sweden as well, pretty much right from the start.
Okay, who understands those people?
I
I don't
don't-
understand.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it was some new thing, like fairly new style of music or whatever, and they
And
were
how about Rednecks then?
pioneers. Well, since nobody basically understood that they were Swedish, so they accepted them.
I still don't. So it's a
You
big
still don't
surprise.
accept them as
No, I
Swedish?
still don't understand the fact that they are Swedish, because
Yeah.
I always believe that they are from the US for some reason. And we even discussed about this with my colleague today. Like she's coming from the US, and what? It's like, are they Swedish? I would never think of that. It's like complete surprise. You would never think really that, well, obviously, I guess for obvious reasons, because that type of country music, the classic one, is most popular in the US anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you would not expect
There was a bit kind of a different take to that style of music, though.
Yeah, a Eurodance one. There's nothing wrong with that. You know. Anyway.
Do I?
You don't, but I do. Anyway, we have Dasse with us. And
Hello, Dasse.
Yep.
Apparently he's editing drag racing videos, listening to us, and watching a hockey match at the same time. And feels like Marty Feldman. As you do.
If you can focus to that many places at once, that's amazing.
So you're watching the drag racing with one eye, us with one eye, and doing the video editing, or the with the third eye.
Well, he will answer, I guess, after we played his song. So we will give him a little bit of focus time with OJ Oscillation and Master of Magic Medieval cover.
Mm-hmm. cannot be on IRC, is what I said. I had nothing to do with DeepSeed.
Yeah, but DeepSeed is not loading up at the moment
sure.
in the browser. I will look for another browser, maybe. Maybe it will. Yeah, but this was Master of Magic Medieval, cover by OJ Oscillation.
OJ Oscillation, good.
Always indeed.
Stupid emergency console. Give me a /.
Okay. Not okay, but hopefully you will manage somehow.
Maybe.
And we have to announce, I have found a Reddit thread today because Rob Hubbard recently was in an interview released on YouTube, by the way, and it's a Retro Tea Breaks interview with him. It's a 54 minutes long video, and the funny thing is that in the thread of Reddit, some started to talk about how overrated Rob Hubbard is as a musician, and I think Jens Christian Hus pointed it out, like in the DeepSeed group. Yes, it was in the comments that, they are attacking our hero, so go and protect him, or something like that. I'm gonna paste this link for you on all channels, and anyone feels like commenting on this, you can. So there you go. Facebook, and I think I don't have open YouTube, but I can always send you the link. So now I posted it with the Slay Radio Alliance, and can I send you the YouTube link? No, I cannot because you are not on IRC, right?
No, but I am on Facebook.
You are on Facebook.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
I have it.
You have it.
And I pasted it on YouTube.
Oh, excellent. So you saw the thing. And yes, a friend of mine, Elchi, was joining the show. I'm really happy to see you. It's
hello, Elchi.
Yeah, it's a very rare occasion. But I told you about him, and
did you?
Yeah, I did. And
when in what context?
I think we were like talking about like Hungarian friends, and some of them like how much they were in my life, and some part of the demo scene as well. And he is a bit of everything because he does his own company stuff as well. He attended some demo scene parties, and recently he started starring in films, and one of the pictures when he was starring as a pilot, I probably have shown you. But never mind. And modeling as well, not 3D modeling, but they started to use him as a model because he has a very special appearance. So he's doing a lot of stuff nowadays. But he's called Elemér Szatmári, by the way. So if anyone is wondering on Facebook, because he joined on Facebook, but I'm always glad to see some friends joining. So
Hi.
Very nice. Hi. And where were we with this? Now people can attack the Rob Hubbard underrating people on Reddit, so we did our job with that. And if you want, you can of course check the interview later on.
And also, if you go on there, keep a civil tone, because otherwise C64 Glenn has to go in and moderate shit when people get angry and whatnot. So keep a civil tone.
Yeah, it's like, of course.
Because he hates moderating.
I'm not saying anything. You should not be rude. I never said that. Not even for a minute. Be civilized, please. That's it. Official announcement end. Right. Let's attack, says Martin. Yeah. Well.
Douche.
It's all your responsibility. I didn't say anything. Not even the least bit.
Not even a little bit.
We have songs to play.
We do.
Yes.
Play them.
Twilight with ones instead of eyes. Wants to hear Gross Pixels and Microprose Soccer intro theme. And why did I line up the wrong one? Hang on
I
a
don't
minute.
know.
I don't know, but I did.
Maybe you subconsciously wanted to hear that one instead.
No, this is... Hang
I
on a
don't
minute.
know.
No, I was focusing on the title, and the confusing part of this is that ID Twin has a Micro Pro Soccer intro theme here, but not Gross Pixels. I really have to look around because this is just wrong, or you just don't have some songs in the directory.
Well,
Oh no, or maybe no, they couldn't be that new. Come on, it should be in the direct, and it is in the directory.
Yeah,
I
so,
just don't get it.
Again, put the search field on the top of the, not there, on the in tractor.
And what
And
if it's
search
not?
and search for the right name.
What if it's not within tractor? Just asking, you know. Because there is also such a... And I'm right, you didn't import it, so you
Yeah,
can just
so
tell
don't-
me what
yeah,
to
so-
do, but no.
Well, if it's there. If it's there.
No, it is not there.
No, if it's there, as in on the thingy here.
Yeah, it's within the directory. I can manage.
No. Okay. What?
I really can manage.
Uh-huh.
Faster than you
No.
can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Which one was it?
Micro
one.
Pro Soccer. Thank
Let's,
you.
try to put it there then.
Okay, excellent.
No,
Wow.
it is there. Do the thingy first. And it is,
You know what's the
No,
weird
it is-
thing?
It is there. Yes.
So Gross Pixels is identical to ID Twin.
Yes. Apparently so. Because
We learned a very important thing now because I didn't know this.
Well, so now it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's just put that bugger on there and play it. Shall we play it? Yes, play it.
Well, I can't play it if you don't give me the button.
Okay.
ID Twin. If you don't know who ID Twin is, then I'm just going to play this bed music. Like in the background, you can hear. We use it very often, and I really like it because I think it works wonders as a bed music. Not bad music, but bed music. What?
I'm trying to hear the background music, but you keep talking. Okay.
Okay. Right away. Now you have it. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's called Speaker Hawk, and I confused it last time. I thought it's the music of a Danish series, but no, it's Dutch. So now I remember forever because I don't want to hurt any Dutch people. So yes.
Yeah, because they take that so seriously.
Yeah.
I
You
can
never know.
only imagine.
No, you never know. But they say it was a well-known series, and someone did a SID out of the title music, and then later on someone remixed it. Someone who was ID Twin, aka Gross Pixels, and I'm not sure if he knew about the origins of this.
Is
but
it that he called the remix there ID Twin like
Dance
I think
mix.
the original was made by, because there was a comment in the ID3 tags that said by Gross Pixels.
No, at that point I think he didn't call himself as Gross Pixels.
So why are everything there? I don't know.
No. Gross Pixels came as an alias. It came later on, like
Alias.
way late. Alias. Sorry. Oh my god. I told today to my
Yeah,
colleagues
but
that you
yeah,
are
but,
my best critic.
Yeah, but all of his remixes on RKO since 2015 are like Arranger Gross Pixels.
Yeah,
So,
since
I don't know.
2015 or 16, you said. That's 3 years back, but this remix...
Yeah, but why is this Microprose Soccer still called ID whatever? That's
because
my point.
maybe he confused the
His old handle.
or his old handle, yeah.
But so, again, I don't know.
Anyway, it's the same person, and it's
Yeah.
just important to know about, because I didn't know this.
Yeah, me either.
So, just an interesting fact.
Yes.
And we have some lovely Bergen guys lined up.
Oh, do we? Oh, and speaking of which, a lovely Bergen guy donated to Slay Radio just before the
Who
show.
was that?
Board.
Aww.
Thank you, Board.
Nice.
And thank you for the bacon.
For the bacon. So we will buy bacon from that money. From all of it?
Well, when he was about to send the camera that we forgot in Norway, he said, should I pack this weird bald dude as well? And sent a picture of himself holding the camera. So yeah, please do. I'll stock up the freezer with bacon.
And then you can look at him in his Slay Radio t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
in what he looks gorgeous,
He looks
right?
gorgeous in his Slay Radio t-shirt. He does.
Not sure what Tiffany will think when she hears about that opinion from you, but
I think she
well.
will be fine. I think she thinks so too. So
yeah,
should be
I think
fine.
so. Yeah, and Tiffany does amazing soaps, and I really loved to use it. Oh my god!
They
I
smell
used one
nice.
of the soaps that I bought because she prepares soaps, and it's just So Board's wife that we are talking about, and it's so gorgeous by smell. I just love the fact that now I enter the bathroom and I feel that smell like all around the place, you know. When
And the interesting part is that one of the soaps smells like basement.
yeah, but this no, that we have to give an explanation for that, because I know that it sounds bad for the first time. But if you
At
ever
first, you mean?
at first, yeah, if you ever been in a basement with a slight kind of smell of a bit of dust, but that kind of smell that gives you it comforts you, and it somehow is familiar, and it's absolutely not unpleasant. So it's like this kind of thing that always comforted me. Like our basement when I was a kid was smelling like that too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say dust. It's more like slightly like living tree in a dark space, like
You're right.
wood that breathes and gets a little bit damp and dries out. Because it kind of gives up this nice kind of live.
Yeah, it's
smell.
very natural type of smell. So it's like absolutely not in your face, unlike some of the perfumes that some women tend to use, especially at winters, and they are killing me, completely destroying all my senses in my nose. But yeah, about that later. Might not everyone understand this, but I'm kind of sensitive to those strong smells and I hate them. So yes, these are very pleasant smells.
Yes.
That she did with her soap. So I really, really love it.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice.
So at that point, probably we should play a song
Maybe we should.
by the lovely...
Before the show slips away like it was on soap. Shoot me.
Well,
Sorry.
That wasn't that good, but thanks for trying. Okay.
You're welcome, I think.
Well, I don't have a better sense of humor, so never mind. Fast Loaders and Last Ninja, The Wilderness for Alien.
blinky blink, blinky blink, blinky
Thank you,
bling,
Alien,
bling.
for requesting this nice little ditty. And, well, Funky Dad said that I spoke his mind because he has allergic reaction. He's not sure about what, but he certainly doesn't like these strong smells either, which I completely understand. And there are some examples. Some people, I don't know why, they use their perfumes like all over the place, like
Yeah.
and I don't get that. Like every day I use a perfume. I have about 13 fragrances because I'm getting bored at once. So it's like I have to switch them every now and then. And every day I use a fragrance which is kind of different, but I always pay attention, especially with the strong smells, that it's like maximum 3 or 4 pumps, not more, because it's like it can't be a burden
Pump up the jam.
almost. Well, a gem would be a bit sticky, but
That smells good and tastes good when you lick.
oh, you nasty person.
Well,
I have a raspberry perfume.
I have a raspberry pie. Or several.
Oh, that's a good one too. It might not smell as good, but it's great to have, I assume.
Yeah, it doesn't have any sort of odor device in it yet.
Odor device.
But it has GPIO pins, so I guess someone could build one.
Oh, yeah, it's like the cinema of the future when you will just
that would
feel
be
the smell
horrible.
and
Oh,
especially when someone farts in the movie.
Just imagine walking into in the movie to I don't know, a murder scene, and someone is gutted, for instance. That would just
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is something that you do not want to have as a 3D experience. Definitely not.
Well, 3D maybe, but smell maybe not.
3D smell experience.
3D
This is-
smell.
Yeah, this is what I kind of referred to, because it's obvious that everyone wants to watch 3D movies, right? But yeah, it's let's say that smell is something that might enter others' private sphere and aura. And anyone who hears me and uses perfume, please use it wisely or with moderation, because you never know. You don't feel your own odor or smell, but others might suffer because you were having too many pumps in the morning.
Yeah, and
So-
Boswank says on YouTube here that Erika, only 4 pumps? As in, yeah, well, you know how I work, Boswank. Quickies are the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, done!
Okay, let's not take this further, I think. We do have some things lined up.
We do.
I know I tend to say this when the things are getting awkward, but we do have something lined up. Seasoned, also here. 909 sadist.
Yeah, Dev!
909 sadist and Cauldron 2 BSN mix. If it is the Burning L remix and or Dew remix I'm thinking of. Well, let's figure this thing out, I guess.
the phone.
What did you realize?
That the time on the video streams still says CEST. So that ain't true.
Yeah, because it's not summertime anymore.
Exactly.
How this thing have happened?
Because it was summertime when I built it, and I haven't changed.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
This is... Oh, of course it's not 10, it's 13. And that should work better, because I'm fixing that right now as we speak, because I can.
This is how we work when we work out loudly.
Yes.
As the bug fixes happen and all of those. And first I thought that Bottega kind of reacted to my perfume critics and all of that. That, oh, I'm blushing. And then turns out she didn't blush because of that. But yeah, just to let you know, I never suffered in your presence. So that means that you don't overdo it, I think. However, it happened a lot of times. I think it mostly happened in Budapest, but well, most of my adult time spent in Budapest anyway. But when someone enters the metro and you are just sitting like a few meters away, and then all of a sudden this sweet in your face kind of vanilla mixed with flowers and fruits and everything together just hits your nose, and then she sits next to you, and then you are wondering how long you still have to stay and when are you going to leave. And in worst cases you just stand up, because not saying that it's worse than a smell of a homeless, because well, they are equally worse, but seriously. So it's like it's almost as worse when you are sitting next to someone who didn't have a shower for like weeks. And I really don't know which one is worse, because my nose gets destroyed by all of those things. So, but I guess this is how it is with sensitive type of smell. Have to deal with it. At least I'm not allergic, but I really hope that anyone else's allergy will pass too. And there's a good chance for that, because allergies come and go. They can just all of a sudden appear and then all of a sudden disappear in non-extreme cases. And hi Marcel, who joined us on IRC.
Hello Marcel. And we had a CNSAT logo there for a bit on the video overlay as well, due to me fixing things and pulling in the wrong fucking branch of the Git tree. Anyway, it's now properly saying CET, and CNSAT logo is gone. It's a remnant from the BitLive when we streamed from there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh. Anyway, hi, I'm back.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yes, I agree on the smells. I was listening.
Oh, that was totally confusing. Your delayed reaction.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm
thanks.
the superhero delayed reaction man.
Well, there's no better person than you to judge. Am I overdoing the perfumes or not?
No, you're not.
Thank you, because, well, you are the one practically who feels it right after I kind of spray from it. So, yeah.
Yeah, you are the one who feels it right after I spray too.
Time for another song. Christian Bush via YouTube said he wants to hear Bass Monkeys, and well, there is only one song with Bass Monkeys, and this is Daft Punk's 3-minute wonder Bass Monkeys minimal electronic remix.
The bass monk, bass monk, bass monk, bass monk. Observe the bass monkey. These highly evolved creatures are members of the New World primates. They are known to be the most intelligent animal ever studied. They have very sensitive hearing and interesting mating habits. At 60 hertz, at about 130 beats per minute, bass monkeys are known to start dancing like they were drugged. We have found that prolonged exposure of these frequencies to bass monkeys have caused them to enter an almost ravenous state. Let me demonstrate for you. Further field studies have provided fascinating results. Shiny lights. We have concluded that their behavior must be due to one thing, and one thing only. It must be the music. Bass monkeys, like they were drugged, then they fucked, like crazed animals. Bass monkeys, like they were drugged, then they fucked, like crazed animals. Bass monkeys.
These special creatures, the bass monkeys.
Sorry, Jonas. fixed the lighting
Aw.
now, so should be better.
Yeah, he said hello with my lighting. My lighting.
Yeah, we have
You
two.
ruined it.
We have two ring lights in here, and I usually have them on when I'm sitting here and doing music. So I kind of gotten used to them being on, so I didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's sorted now. Is
Okay.
it better now, Jonas?
No, it's okay, he said. Not for the is it better now question, though it was earlier. No, it's fine. We ruined your work. No, we didn't. I mean, half of the show will still go by good lighting, at least.
Yeah, more than half.
More than half.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, more than half, because we still have like 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Exactly.
Yay!
So all good.
All
Ta-da.
good, and we still have a few slots for requests. If anyone feels like requesting songs, this is a good time to do that.
Indeed, go to slayradio.org and live make request.
Yep.
Thanks.
Ketex. That comes from OK Thanks, right?
Yeah, it's shortened by KTHX. Kitux.
Ketex by. Yeah.
KTHX.
Yeah.
Kitux.
Yeah, well, I heard it as Ketex by. So it's like a shortening of OK Thanks, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure that I don't have like false information on that, because there are some things that you see everywhere, but sometimes you just wonder, where did it come from? And then until you look that up, you are not sure. It's just there and it's used by everyone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do you
Jonas,
know, do you know where the "what's up" comes from?
No.
Maybe you don't remember it because it was like early 90s or something.
Well, I was like 7 or 8 years old then, so maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, but it was like all over the place on TV and whatnot. It was a beer commercial, I think, like Budweiser or something.
Okay. All right. I guess we had different memes, like we had our local ones as well, but
Yeah, everyone has.
yeah, exactly. It would be hard to mention that though, because some of them are language specific.
And Mikael Lund says Budweiser. Yeah.
I see. Well, at that point, I started to watch some international television, but rather German, because most of them were available through satellite. So we didn't have a cable yet, but we had the satellite kind of, the big thing, and you set it up on your terrace, and I remember those times when you had to turn it slightly, and we had to kind of mark it where to turn to take certain channels, and
yeah.
when you wanted to watch something else, you had to turn it like another direction.
Yeah.
Oh my, those were the times. And of course,
It's so much easier now.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, you get a notification on Facebook or YouTube. Oi, someone is live now.
Yeah.
Just tune in.
Advantages of the modern society, so to speak. I cannot really decide if they are advantages or disadvantages, to be
They
honest.
are both.
Yes.
It depends on how you use them.
Yeah.
But speaking of TV and whatnot, if you see this T-shirt, that actually Ziona bought me a while back, in honor of the season start of Rick and Morty. It started on Sunday, I think. So yeah, that's going now. It's very nice. It's
yeah,
fun.
one of those extremely creative cartoons. If some of you don't know, but I'm pretty sure that most of you know it. I sort of had to catch up with some of those things when we moved together, because I sort of had to get used to it, that he knows everything, all the series that was going on, and has a little bit of science fiction or fantasy connection, especially. However, I prefer science fiction over fantasy, but I like
So do
fantasy
I.
too. Yeah, but that all depends on taste.
Yeah,
Both of them are
the
great.
Harry Potter stuff is okay, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's fantasy.
I know.
Not very much science fiction.
Yeah, but you know what's the weird thing? That I think Star Wars is space fantasy. It's not science fiction. However, people describe it as science fiction, and I think it's weird because it is fantasy. It's an own world created.
Yeah, sure. But it's got spaceships and lasers and whatnot.
So once
That's
you
science.
get spaceships, that's science.
That's science. Spaceships and laser swords and whatnot, that's science.
I think that's extremely confusing, to be honest. Only because lasers and spaceships, it becomes a science fiction.
Well, it's fiction and it's got science. But
Only
it's
because it
more
has
like
a
a space
spaceship.
drama.
Well, drama. Yeah, okay, it has dramatic parts as well, but I think it's like...
No, not dramatic part. Drama and dramatic are two different things.
Oh,
A drama is like a soap opera. That's a drama in a sort of way.
well, then you want to say that Star Wars is a space soap opera.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well,
What is
yeah,
it?
you're right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm your father, definitely.
Yes, and you're so
Ah.
hot. Let me kissy you. Oh, hello, sister. What? Not a drama? Come on.
Well, okay. Definitely, it has some dramatic aspects, I have to say. Jesus Christ, I never considered those things. I just feel way more enlightened now because of you. Anyway. Whatever.
I'm not sure enlightened is the right word. Ruined, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm already ruined for a while. Whatever had a request.
Riggedy wrecked.
Yeah. Whatever wants to hear Fire Lord Symphonic, a Nod to Glyn by Peter Clark. Because
good one.
it's stuck in my head all day. Well,
Yeah, let's pull it out.
yeah, your head chose a good song to stuck in your head.
Really?
Never mind. Don't laugh. Stop it. Lovely, lovely tune.
Indeedums. Very,
Yep.
very lovely. Lovely.
Yep, absolutely perfect. So thank you, Bottega, for requesting this. And I realize that now the speakers are so loud that they can essentially come back to the microphone as well. Isn't it a problem?
No.
Okay. Well,
they can't because we have a noise gate. So they are not that loud. I think. Let's see. Speak.
What about?
I don't know.
How
something.
do you do? Something? Anything?
No, it's fine. The
Okay.
noise gate is fine.
That is excellent to hear. Well, and Boz Wang just joined again to IRC, and then he said himself, "Hi, Boz Wang, you can't." So, well, hi, Boz Wang, you schizophrenic. Split personality Kane asks Cowbell. It's not that we have anything against that, so it's fine. You carry on. It's okay.
I can't get on IRC right now. I know my IRC client is on there and everything, but for some reason the host I'm running it on cannot accept SSH connections.
Oh,
So there seems to be something off somewhere.
that's sad.
I have console access and all that shit, but yeah, whatever. So yeah,
That's not that nice to hear. And yes, we are watching Firefly at the moment. Well, whenever we have time. That sounds like we are watching it all the time. Not quiet, I would say. But we started to watch it because I think at one point, like years ago, I started to watch it, but then we stopped, and then it got left there because I wasn't really sure how much I'm into the space cowboy concept. It was kind of okay, but yeah, somehow it got like lost in space. And now it's a kind of different thing to watch it because I saw Castle before. And yeah.
And see young Castle as a space cowboy is kind of fun.
Yeah, especially that he plays a different role in Castle, and I think he really grew into that role by time. And I don't know his real personality, but it kind of feels natural for him to be Castle. And this,
yeah, I think that was closer to him as a person than
the captain.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I think so.
Yeah, but it's still fun, and now it feels a bit different to watch it, like after this experience. But you know, it's like always when you kind of start to like an actor because of his role, then it's always different to watch him later on any other role. So
yeah, it's like rewatching some old movie that you've already seen, like 10 years later or something, and then realize that, oh, look at that person there behind everyone else. That's that person who's now very famous or whatever.
yeah,
It's kind of funny.
yeah, extremely. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I can recommend that series. I think most of you are into science fiction anyway, so it wouldn't hurt. Science fiction, that's also sort of space fantasy, but yeah.
Yeah, but it has science in there in a sort of way.
Because it has a spaceship, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
some
right.
sort of rail guns or whatever they are shooting at each other. And it's fiction. So, yeah.
Well, here is the deal.
Science fantasy is more like, I don't know, magic or something, rather than based in science. And like the things that potentially could become science. Harry Potter cannot become science because magic spells are not real and will never be real.
Yes, but the guys talked on the channel exactly about that. Like Star Wars uses somewhat the spirituality and the power of that to they can move objects with their
That is very
force,
true.
right? So it's in that extent, if we follow your logic, it's kind of similar.
Yeah, that is very true.
But
But they do try to kind of ground it in a sort of, I don't know, in the physical world, in a sense, in Star Wars, with mitochondria and the force or whatever in there. So it's kind of a physical force,
yeah, kind of.
So it's not like you can learn a spell and then it just works
Okay,
magically.
well, in that terms,
So,
it's different. Yeah,
there
that
is
true.
a slight difference in that way.
Okay, I can accept that. Just wanted to add that Matrix also has ships that are almost like spaceships, and this doesn't make it science fiction. There are other things that make it science fiction, which I absolutely love. So yeah, that's what I can add. How about playing some music?
I think that is a great idea.
That is a good idea. So Nickenstein McTwettybuns. Nickenstein McTwettybuns wants to hear Alley Cat by Romeo Knight. And Romeo Knight is always good.
Always.
Yep.
Guitar wank.
like you know it by heart, right?
Heard it a couple of times, maybe.
A couple of thousand times, maybe.
Maybe so.
I guess. So thank you, Nickenstein, for this. Yep, and people try to figure this thing out, like the science part is believable, spaceships with proper propulsion, balance, and most of which explainable with today's technology, which is a good definition from Edward, by the way. I think so, at least. That might count as science part, but a random spaceship is still fantasy. Come on!
A random spaceship?
Yes, a random spaceship with a random setup that could not work science-wise is still fantasy.
Yeah, kind of depends on how deeply you explain how the thing works. Most of these sci-fi things have dealt with gravity as a force, so they are countering that. And what you then need is some sort of propellant. And if you have countered the effects of gravity, you most likely can go to light speed. So those are loosely kind of based on some sort of potential future science stuff. Like, for instance, there's this idea of the Alcubierre drive, which essentially wraps space-time around it. So it compresses the space in front of it and expands it behind it. So the ship itself doesn't actually move. It moves or compresses the space around it to move the ship.
I like this concept.
Yeah, and it's actually theoretically possible to do if you go by the laws of physics. So yeah, it is possible, but you just need a shit bunch of energy to do it. Like the amount of energy a star kind of outputs. Oh, no, actually it's more than that. But anyway, I think at one point you should have some discussions with all those 3D artists that model those spaceships, and they can give you like detailed reasoning why those spaceships look like... I know one.
Ooh.
Mark Hennessy Barrett. He does a lot of 3D stuff for movies and TV series and
that's a good start,
whatnot.
then.
And one of his passions is science and modeling spacecraft.
Oh, look at that. Then you have the right guy for this task,
I certainly do.
Well. So you can learn a lot. You are really diving into this 3D thing right now. It's like 1 year and you can do pretty amazing stuff, I would say.
I'm kind of learning a few new tricks now. I want to do motion tracking, which seems like a very fun thing to do. So essentially you do you take a regular movie and you track the movements of those camera positions and whatnot, and place 3D objects in that footage. Basically.
Yeah, that seemed like a really interesting thing to do. The only thing... Sorry?
Yeah, just saying that I think that's the next thing I want to learn, and after that there's going to be some particle physics involved that needs to be fixed, because doing spaceships, for instance, is really hard unless you actually know some particle physics to interact with the different systems and whatnot. So,
but why exactly you need particles for that? Because if I remember correctly, they were needed mostly for smoke and fire and such entities.
Yes, and if you have a spaceship, what do you usually see on the backside of the spaceship?
Well, there are some gases going on, I guess. So for that, but I guess there are several other parts of the spaceship that meanwhile you can just check before the particles.
But even for that, these volumetric stuff is particles in a sense as well. As in, if you look at a distance in real life, you do not see clearly all the way, and that is because of volumetric kind of stuff. You have stuff in the air, and those are particles. So
Okay.
the way those particles move and interact with the environment is kind of crucial. Mist, for instance, are water molecules that hover in the air. They are lighter than rain, so they kind of just hover in the air.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of that, definitely, but once I applied for a job to a game company, and at that point, well, I was still a web designer, and I didn't really get into 3D, mostly because lack of time. But I did some trial job that they were asking for with a tool that was relatively easy to learn. And well, finally, I didn't get called for an interview because they wanted me to texture the particles, and the tool did not have this opportunity. So I could make the particles, but I could not texture them, and I wasn't really sure about the requirements either when I sent in the work. But it definitely seems like fun job.
Yeah.
So
it is.
it's I can understand why some people are excited about it. It's just extremely time consuming. I mean, learning 3D stuff is everyone says it's at least half year, the basics, and then it takes like a year when you get to a level where you can actually do things. Or
Yeah, like the first few weeks, I managed to render a Slay Radio logo, which was basically a black and white picture of the Slay Radio logo, which looked horrible, by the way. But yeah, that was like the first day or two, I think it was. And then by the end of the week, I actually had a three-dimensional thing. But yeah, Rafi Bidorf on Facebook says that you'd need a tiny black hole contained in your FTL drive, and yeah, sure, the tiny black hole would probably not need to be very big, like the mass of a sun, probably slightly bigger than our sun, but still, you still need to kind of bend space and time around it. So, yeah.
I'm just sorry. Boswang's intersection. Blah blah blah. Nerds kisses ziona. Cute little elven forehead. Okay, we get it. We will play a song. So CJ Warlock had a request, and then you can guess what kind of request is coming up, because CJ Warlock requested it. So obviously it wouldn't be slow. That's one giveaway. Tyrannoid versus Michael Strongstream and Speedball.
A good one.
Thanks for finishing the song. That's very nice of you. Everyone is very happy about it, I guess.
Yeah. No.
Till a certain extent. No, not really. But yeah, we heard a Speed voice request. Well, maybe he won't understand my Eurobeat reference. Yeah, exactly. It's like
it is. If you've never heard of Eurobeat, that's the song. It's all of them.
no, it started with Running in the 90s with me. If you look for the song Running in the 90s, yeah, this was my
in the 90s.
very first Eurobeat song. Yes.
I thought in the 90s was like when you heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's part of the title, because I have an album in that shelf by Danko called Running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no,
and
that's
I think
not
actually you would like it. It's one of those.
Well, everything that
high-tempo-
Danko does, I usually like, so
Yeah.
I think I would like it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's one of those high tempo. I thought I knew exactly where it was, but
High tempo is not the only requirement here, but
here you go.
oh,
You can show that to the camera.
aha, keep on running.
Oh,
So it's not
keep on
only running,
Yeah,
it's keep on
run-
running.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if we are backwards, then they
yeah.
won't see it, but keep
Yeah.
on running. Yeah. And it was released when exactly? That's 2007. So
Oh.
it's like, yeah, featuring Agape. Keep on running. Okay, nice, very
Yeah.
nice. I have to say. So, yeah, everything Danko does is usually according to my taste as well, but there
yeah.
are some authors like that. And yeah, Eurobeat is a very special genre, and yeah, it's it all started with one song, and it was called Running in the 90s by Max Cavalry, I think around 2007 when I first found on YouTube that song. And then, well, nowadays people talk about it like that was a new wave of Eurobeat fans joining the scene, because YouTube was kind of starting to skyrocket, and then everyone started to upload their para videos, which is, it might be weird for you if you see them first, but it's basically very arms-oriented dance, because
So it's like the kung fu of dancing.
sort of, and of course and mostly made by Japanese, and of course Japanese people figured it out, well, not figured it out, founded, well, how do you say this?
Started it.
Yeah. So definitely it's still a thing in Japan, and all the other fans.
Thing in Japan.
Exactly.
All right. Thing in Japan.
And a lot of songs related to Japan because of that in Eurobeat genre as well. And all the other fans that are not living in Japan, they do usually worldwide trips, like they did it, like they came here to Stockholm from the US and from all around the world when there was a party going on. So yeah, this is what we visited in August. And Slaygon survived it, fortunately.
Barely.
And I really had a great time, I should say. So I was just hoping for him to survive it, but he did.
No, it was kind of fun to watch this Asian woman who was there.
Oh,
And,
Japanese. She was Japanese.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Asian. And she was, the way she danced this para thing is, it was different from how everyone else did it. Like I was watching her from like a distance, and it more looked like a kata you would do in like karate or something than a dance, but quicker and less precise, granted, because of the speed, but still very precise. And it was fascinating to watch, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. She had the right moves, so to speak. And everyone knew by heart the choreographies. it's an interesting thing because it could be a community involvement as well. If I would have people around here, probably I would start to learn choreographies of this because I really would enjoy to dance to these songs.
You do know how those communities form, right? You start to do that, and then people join you.
Yeah,
then you created the community.
Well,
yay!
Yeah, I know you are talking right now who created a community. I'm not sure at the moment if I have the time and the resources, to be honest, to do that. But so there are some people, especially in the Netherlands, when I visited Amsterdam for this 24 hours, then I noticed that there are some local groups there who they lived close to each other, and they had an opportunity to kind of team up sometimes and learn choreographies together. On my own, it might be something really time consuming, especially to know all those songs by heart, but I really, really enjoy the music, and I probably will keep joining those events when they happen around, and maybe at one point in Japan as well. Maybe. Yes, let's hope so. Anywho, as you would say, let's check what we have.
That's what Boz would say, and then I stole it from him.
Oh, you stole it. Okay. Oh, you horrible, horrible person. So,
no, it's a kind of a loving steal. It's a good phrase.
Yeah, I know. Funky Data wants to hear Funk Reflex and Thundercats without Fear remix.
That's a good one.
Are you trying to do some sort of dance to this?
Yeah, I was doing a head dance on the overview camera. If you have your video over there somewhere, you would see it shortly.
I definitely have
on the
my
stream.
video over
then
there.
you will see it on the stream shortly.
Uh-huh.
I was doing like this pigeon dance, I guess, is the best description of that.
Well, that works, I guess.
Don't ask me why, but it just felt like it was the right move. I kind of
You are trying to
regret doing that now, but
trying to compete with Para.
yeah. So going cuckoo instead.
Michael Wildhagen wants to know, well, how does the movie continue where you are driving the car? It cannot end like this. He said, well, ask Jonas because, he still, I think he's working a lot and maybe he didn't have time to finish this passion project or, well, whatever it was preparing for. But I supposed to go back to the garage after a wild night of driving with this love of mine, which is the car, and then just go back and have a lovely petting of my car, and that's it. That is how it's supposed to end.
Yeah, and the video is now playing on the stream.
Again, Jesus, yeah. I don't know. It's like you really, really have to play it recently, like all the time.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, it is nicely done, sure, but sometimes I just look at it and wonder, this is how small I am, and this is how...
Yes, it is. You had like an extra chair under you when you were sitting there in the driver's seat.
Oh, did I? I don't even remember that.
No,
Sorry.
you didn't.
I'm
just
remember...
kidding. I'm kidding. You didn't.
Never mind. I only remember the 0 degrees that we had, and then I had to wear this top, and my entire belly was out.
Yeah,
so it's like
I was on the outside of the garage door, opening it and closing it, and all of that. Also, not clad, very wintry. So yeah.
Anyway, it was a very nice and interesting experience.
Yeah,
I would say
it was fun.
Well, definitely it was fun to do, so I'm happy to do such things in the future as well. It's just, of course, it's a time-consuming one, because for a few seconds of footage, you work for hours, and also if it's cold, then, it can be a little bit inconvenient, but I usually survive those things, so that's not an issue. Mm-hmm. Especially with a proper leather jacket that I had,
yeah,
by
the one
way.
you were wearing there was like a summer version of a leather jacket?
No, actually that jacket was bought in Hungary, and it's a Hollis, which is a Swedish brand. So that was the funny thing that I...
Yeah, but still a summer thing.
Well, sort of, yes. It's definitely not a winter jacket, but the fun fact is that I never knew that I would be moving to Sweden or anything I have to do in Sweden when I bought that jacket. And I was so happy about it, because finally I found something that I think, okay, that looks nice. So, yeah, and it was a Swedish jacket. So, well, since then I kind of gained a lot of Swedish jackets, as we know it.
How do you gain jackets?
Okay,
what do you eat to gain jackets? I usually gain kilograms when I eat, but... I
gain jackets. This is how I do it.
I want to change my diet because I'm cold. I want to have a new jacket.
Yeah, well, I acknowledge that I'm horrible. I really am in that matter. I don't know why, but I have a thing for coats, and I just have to keep buying them. And it's just...
Yeah, to
we
the point.
don't have space anymore in the wardrobe.
To the point that we needed to get 2 full racks extra so she could have somewhere to put the fucking jackets or coats, rather.
Yes, but all of them are so beautiful. So
yeah,
even if I don't wear
nice.
them, they are just so nice.
Yeah, except for that white one in quotes, and that looks like you pulled out of a dumpster that someone peed on. But other than that, they're fine.
It's creamy white, okay?
Exactly. Who creamed on it is my question.
Jesus Christ, you don't get the concept of creamy white.
I do. But not when it looks like spotty jizz or
No,
whatever.
there's no spotted jizz on it. This is the original color of it. It's a bit yellowish. Jesus.
Yeah,
Never mind.
exactly. That's what I said.
You're horrible.
I'm sorry. No, I'm
But I
not.
love you. Never mind.
Okay, what does Michael Wilhagen say? Next time, please finish this. I'm always like, what is next? Where is she driving? Does she come back? She just drives
drove away and never
What's
comes
the message? What's the message? Well,
Yeah, the message.
I guess the message is that she has a boyfriend that complains about jizzage coats and all that. She's had enough. Puts on her leather jacket and just fucks off. Now I think that's the message.
Well, no, the message would be a sort of advertisement for Kia, by the way, because Jonas bought his Kia car like slightly before, and he wanted to do a demonstration what he can do in the matter of video cutting, and do a footage that he can use as a reference. So that was the original aim for this video. And in the end, of course, showing how great that car is. So that would be the end conclusion. But yeah, it kind of got, oh yeah, I see. So I just read Jonas's mind.
Yeah.
He confirms, yeah, I'm working a lot now, been working for Volvo China this week. So he didn't even need this footage to get that job, you see? It's like, it was enough to do the first few seconds and then he is in.
Yeah, it's
That's it.
Promo reel kind of thing.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, let's check the request list, what we have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we have Jonas. I don't know if the identical Jonas wants to hear this or someone else, but it's JCH and Good Corn Expressen intro. And after that, make it a challenge to make the best remix of it. I like this idea, so let's play this song first. And yes, it was Jonas requesting this little ditty. So thank you, Jonas, for requesting it. And I like this idea of doing a remix of it. It's a very easygoing song.
It's like a kind of a Western kind of a thing, or a honky-tonk thing.
Yeah. So that could have like a lot of interpretation, I think.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of room to reimagine this song. So, well,
it's a bit short though.
It's a bit short indeed, but it also leaves you some artistic freedom to add your own parts of the song. Some people might like it. So, yeah, let's have a look. And yeah, that was JCH, Jens Christian Hus, who created Deep Sid as well. So,
and
he
but
did
not the Sid.
What? Not the Sid?
No.
What?
Or did he write the Sid as well?
Well, it looks like it. It's created in '91 for Silver Rock.
Yeah. Cool.
So that was made by him. It very much looks like it, but maybe I should just check the
Is
info
it in
panel
the,
as well.
JCH folder?
Yes, it is.
Vibrant JCH. Oh, cool.
And no still
That's one
information
I
of that, but
completely missed.
yeah,
Cool.
always something to learn.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, well, so you're welcome, Jonas, and it's really nice to learn of all those new things. So we like that. Oh, my God, I have to breathe sometimes in between talking.
Yeah,
I just
that helps because well, last time I tried to talk back while breathing in it, it's not easy talking while you breathe in, especially not with the same tone, because you always kind of go 1 or 2 octaves above what your normal voice is gonna be.
Well,
Well, try speaking while breathing in. You will notice that your pitch goes up.
yeah, I know that.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I probably had like several times in my past.
When you were a kid, but you got over it.
Yeah, no, I kind of got over it, and simultaneously, I kind of tried to figure out the next request, but I think I will make you feel good in the next minutes.
Oh, you're gonna play something I like the funk.
How did you know that? You were a mind reader.
Well, there's very few remixes that really kind of sits deep within me. There's Glenor Brown with Rustin, and then there's 2 of Da Funk's songs. I think the Mahoney's Light Force thing is one of those. Then it kind of starts to thin out from there. Those are like so deeply ingrained in me that it's hard to not be happy. The rest you can get different feelings from. It's not that they are not good.
You just don't resonate with them.
Oh, I certainly do.
Oh,
but
okay.
With these, I get happy when I hear them. Like literally, that is the only thing I feel. Just get happy. With the other ones, I have freedom to interpret the feeling they give, depending on my own mood.
Okay. Yeah.
It's weird. It's
I mean,
really
you
weird.
always have the freedom to interpret for whatever song you're listening to the things that are on your mind. But yeah, sure, absolutely. And I think it was Orlando, indeed, who said, "Hi there, how is everyone doing? Hope everything is going well. I was wondering if I could hear something from Da Funk, please. DJ's choice. Thank you in advance." And well, DJ's choice is something that we both like very much. And I think one of your favorites. I think I have more favorites from Da Funk, in fact, that you do. But I know that those favorites of yours are really, really your favorites. So
They really, really are.
try to guess which one I prepared for you.
The something 2 a.m. mix.
Yes, Forever Alien 2 a.m.
Yes.
mix. Learn the title.
And yeah, at some point I will.
Was this satisfying enough for you?
Fuck yes. Rafi Bidorf just asked on Facebook if I'm into BT, Paul Van Dyk, etc. And this track really sounds like them. I was really much into this dance type music in the early and mid 90s, and like astral projection was a big thing for me. Who's that dude that does the astral projection type? Tio is one of those that does that nowadays. Hello. Terminal Storm, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Did that also when he was active with remixes. Love that stuff. Just love it.
I have to correct you. It's not middle of 90s. It's rather start of 2000s, I think. No. This
sure it cleaned up towards the 2000s, but like astral projection and stuff were like 96.
They were like very early flagships of these.
Infected Mushroom, somewhere 93, 94, around there.
Well, this song leans to Goa, but it's not Goa yet. I think it's trance. So this belongs to the trance kind of genre, and that means that this type of music was mostly popular at the start of 2000s, I think.
I don't care too much about styles as such. I kind of do big chunks. Like, it has a dance beat, good, put it there.
Damn it, I'm being informative here, and you are ruining it completely.
No, it's good information, except I don't care too much about it.
I'm not only talking to you, remember?
I do know. And speaking of which, Armadux sent both you and I work in progress that is...
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's a nice track. But the interesting thing with that track is that he's using these kind of very... I don't know what kind of drums, but like EDM, like these very hard electronic drums on a very mellow piano track with nice vocals. It's like a clash of worlds in a sort of sense, which is kind of nice to hear. Which is also something I want to do, is to mix different genres together.
Yeah,
in a sense.
That's always good.
EDM and orchestral, I always thought would be a great match for that.
Yeah, and I would say that still, even if those drums and everything, the focus is on the vocals. So it's
definitely
a very, very nice vocal focused track. And the only reason why we said it's not Slay Radio material, because it doesn't have any connection to remixes. It's an own song, but really, really nice. So thank you, Armandox, for sharing that. And we have Cowbell, who had a very relevant request to himself. So, not really sure if you can figure out what his request was, but what's going on there?
Michael Villhagen made a kind of a, in quotes, a fake poll on Facebook. The two types of genres guy. Like it, don't like it, period.
Yeah, I know.
Yep,
it's just overcomplication. I know. Sorry about that.
Let me simplify this whole thing. Do you like it? Yes or no? Then it doesn't matter what style of music it is.
Yep.
It's really that simple.
Yep, good point.
So don't keep to your kind of guns and say, no, this is not EDM, or this is not orchestral, this is not this or that, or whatever the fucking genre you come up with this day. It doesn't matter. Genres doesn't matter. They don't matter at all.
Well, I did not say they matter too much.
No, I didn't say you said.
Okay.
Again, I'm there's other people listening.
If I wouldn't be the one who said this to you like a few minutes ago, yes, I love you.
That is why I said that.
Yeah. So, Next song would be a lovely one, short but lovely. Cowbell's Request. It's Buzzer Complications, original by Danko, by the way.
Nice.
More cowbell mix. So what could go wrong?
Oops, sorry. No cowbells on this.
Yes, definitely it has the modern talking feeling.
Feel.
Sorry. Oh, right. Did I say that he's my best critic? So, yes.
And the funny thing is, I'm just correcting myself, doing the same error right before we went on air.
Sometimes it can be exhausting, but it's very useful. You know, I try to appreciate it.
Yeah, but I know it's fucking annoying. It really is.
Well, sometimes it is, especially when there are like burning issues. Other than that,
the
it's
house
really
is
fine.
on fire.
As I said earlier.
No, the house are on fire. Which ones?
Yes, it doesn't really matter
Well,
because we are still busy with the grammar.
If you're in California, the answer would be all of them.
Ah, right.
And I'm laughing. Why am I laughing?
You shouldn't laugh about that. And a friend of mine is living in California.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking horrible. I guess I was laughing at the joke or some shit. But anyway.
On your own joke.
Yeah. That's so stupid.
Well, I do that sometimes too. But that kind of shows the sense of humor that we have. Sorry about that. So, yeah.
It's so stupid.
Well.
Yeah, well. Horrible.
We have 20 minutes left. Let's spend it with some useful things.
Yeah.
Let's try at least.
We can try. We might fail. We never know.
Yeah.
These things go kind of their own way.
Yeah.
You start and then it ends up somewhere entirely different from what you expected.
I know. I had my review today, and I'm doing really well.
Your performance review.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm doing really well. I was really happy about that, and I was kind of confident about that too. So I wasn't really afraid. But one thing was definitely highlighted, and I was smiling about that too, that I just start somewhere and I go somewhere completely different, and others might not know anymore what's going on because I share the details, and I'm aware of that. So sorry about that. It's a kind of trait that you have to handle somehow, and you have to work on it consciously, not to have these shortcuts that only you know why you did them, because others are not having an idea what kind of thought pattern you are following.
Yeah, and sometimes it appears obvious to you why you're
Yes.
taking those shortcuts. Like, isn't this obvious to everyone? What the fuck am I
Yeah,
alone over here?
Exactly,
What's going on?
a mistake that I think I'm not the only one involved with this. So there are some people whom I know that are similar to me, and they do that too. And then, of course, I realize when I'm listening to them that, oh, hang on a minute, maybe I have to do something with this too. And then, yeah, right, have to be
Yep.
highlighted.
Yeah, sure, but it's nice to be able to do that, to kind of jump from topic to topic when one... what's the Picard thing that Boz used to do? But anyway, you kind of start talking, and then you go from one topic, you slide into the next, and then you go to the next, and you kind of seamlessly weave a story that jumps from place to place into this thing you're saying, and then you just don't understand why people don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, it kind of happens, especially when some people get a bit drunk.
Yeah, because I'm incoherent right now, right?
No, not yet.
But yes, and okay, so if that is your criticism, then okay, I do that when I'm drunk. You do that when you're sober. What does that say
That
about
doesn't
you?
really say. Yeah, that doesn't really sound right. I'm sorry.
So there you go.
That must be something to work on. And I guess we should play a song.
Oh, now she wants to play a
Now
song.
we really want to play a song, yes. Also, we want to play a song because LP Chip might be still with us, Armandox might be still with us, and I want to play LP Chip's request right now, which is Guitar Slinger by Armandox, 2015
Slinger is a good
remake.
one.
Yes, it is.
Love it. That's the nicest part of that one, I think. The last bit.
The nicest part? I think the entire song is the nicest part.
No, if you're gonna do parts, you cannot do one block of the entire thing, because that is all of it.
Yeah.
A part is a part of something.
Part is a part from what we are talking about. Never mind.
Is it?
Well, I guess so.
Anyway, I love that ending bit. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, I really love the entire interpretation, and we were talking meanwhile the song was playing that the guitars are really well executed in it. So,
yeah, unfortunately with the wrong notes, but other than that, it was brilliant.
well, it's not entirely what it was originally, but come on, sometimes.
No, but the problem with interpreting kind of classic bits is that people get used to hearing certain things, and if you change the prominent parts of them, you better change them for the better. Rather than just change them because you can. It's a tricky one. Because, sure, it's a remix. You're supposed to do your own thing on it. But this was, I think, clearly an attempt to make an updated version of the original. And just changing the melody bits around doesn't really work, does it?
Well, it depends on perspective, but if something pleasant for the ears comes out of it, then still it can work. And maybe it's not according to everyone's taste, but you know,
sure.
It's a matter of style of remixing as well. And since we have like 10 minutes left, I would probably suggest to play something, because Ghost Pilot the Meek Wizard came with a request too, and he said, after all this talk about cowboys earlier,
Weehaw!
I then request...
Ding! As Boz would put it.
You do the sound effects instead of, yeah. And I then request Fairlight Wild Wild West version, which is made by Xenomorph, who is, well, another alias of someone. Alias. So, I will never do this right.
Yes, you will.
Never mind. There are some cowbells involved here.
Ah, we like cowbells.
So Michael shouted on Facebook, rednecks.
Almost.
Almost.
How does that start again? I got the beat in my head with the rednecks thing.
Cat and I Joe.
Oh, yes.
Of course. It's Cat and I Joe. Come on.
What are the lyrics again? I've been here a long time ago or something like that.
Yeah, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cat and I Joe, I think.
Yes.
And then there are some like artificial eyes involved and all of that shit. I
it's
don't
a weird
remember.
one.
It's a fun song, definitely. And it was a huge hit.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned to you that I think they had a studio right next to Danko's studio in Stockholm.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's almost unbelievable. I mean, it's seriously. Absolutely unbelievable.
Might be wrong on that one. Might have been someone else, but I think it was them. I can't remember.
Oh, and we get the help in the comments from Michael, of course. Yeah. Yes, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cat Nigel. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Where did you come from, Cotton Nigel? I don't know. The cotton fields, maybe.
The cotton fields. Yeah. You know what we call cotton in Hungarian?
Oh, that's a tricky one. No, I do not.
Condom.
Condom?
Yes. We
Why?
call it cotton. Don't ask me why.
I'm sorry,
I don't know.
what? That's a new one.
Cotton, and with not with two T's, but with one T, and this is the name of condom. It's we also call them condoms, but if you say cotton in Hungarian, then everyone will think of condoms.
Wow. I know back in the days you'd use like intestines, like pig's intestines as a condom and whatnot. But the cotton? Really?
I know.
Wouldn't it dry up the vagina so it kind of go squeaky and whatnot? Like...
I'm not responsible for creating this slang, but it is a slang and it's happening and it is commonly used phrase. I shall ask you before we play one before the last song, because I think we will wind down with something, but lovely people had so many requests, so I will just face you with a decision here.
Me?
Yeah, you should decide.
Before we do that, Loisa Philip has a very good point regarding Guitar Slinger on YouTube.
Okay.
It says, Guitar Slinger. I always wondered why there is so significant sound of the fingers sliding along the strings, but the chord won't change. Well, have you ever seen a guitar player when you want to add a rhythmic kind of details in your playing? You kind of play one note or chord, and then you slide your fingers up the frets and then back again. That is where you get those sounds. And with Guitar Slinger, you have the melody line and the chords both. And sometimes if you're playing the melody line on the same string, you get the same sound. So if you incorporate that into your thinking, then maybe you have your answer, or maybe that is something we have never thought of. I need to re-listen to it now.
Wow.
Good point. So, yes, sorry, carry on.
Okay, and since I don't know much about guitar playing because I never tried it, I have to return to the previous topic. Michael said that must have been quite a hit in Hungary, Cotton Eye Joe.
Ah.
Yes, everyone was making fun out of Cotton Eye Joe. Yes,
I
you
thought
can be sure of that.
I was almost certain you were gonna say everyone was making love to Cotton Eye Joe.
No, that is not what I meant. That's not what happened. So, before we play the next song, lovely people, I0 and Christian Bush on YouTube as well. Hi. Would you want to hear a classic song that is praising the entire thing that we are doing and the scene? Or would you want to hear another very nicely done uns song that is probably underplayed a bit? We played the second one less on air.
Or you're asking me now?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
So,
First or second? You don't need that much time to choose.
I think
then.
the second option. We do play DHS's Keep the Scene Alive quite a bit, and I do think this is, like you say, quite a bit underplayed, so I think we should play that one and end the show with that. So, any
we don't
parting
have
words?
So then we will leave out Lord Evil as well from the queue.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I would have loved to hear that, but yeah.
Well, we also played Marcel's early work print a lot of times in that matter. So
that is a gorgeous song.
And we also played Da Funk a few. This is why he played. He posted a second request as well. That since we played Da Funk like twice today, maybe Marcel's early work print. We also play like early work print very regularly. So I think then we should play.
Okay, let's make a promise right now.
Okay.
Next show we will end with Marcel's early work print.
Yeah, we can do that because it's typically a wind down. And to be honest,
the best wind down.
Yeah, to be honest, I wanted to finish the show with this, but looking at the clock, we are doing overtime already. So in that case, we have to say goodbye now and prepare the people for all the upcoming week that might be around the corner. So as you know, people, the usual things are coming up. The usual schedule is up. You can always tune into Boss Radio if you want to entertain yourselves with evening live shows. As almost every evening there is a live show going on there, except Monday. So this is why...
I put the schedule for Boss Radio up on the stream.
Yeah, exactly. So except Monday, that's why Boss did a BBB this week on Slay Radio. So you can always expect some surprises coming up on Slay Radio as well. Maybe from Gazoo, sometimes some appearances, or from Boss, as you noticed. But if you want to hear Boss, you can certainly hear him on Wednesdays with the Hum Show, and he added his next show as well. And Slaygon, I don't think that much is visible from this video that I just see now, the schedule at least. But
well, you can see the title and the date, basically. But yeah, it's on bossradio.com/shows if you want to see it in full size on your 4K screen or whatever. But speaking of Gazoo, we are actually talking about me getting a copy of his touchscreen DJ software.
Yeah.
Because I do have two laptops that run Windows 10 with touchscreen. So it would be interesting to see how it actually works on those, because he has not run it on anything else other than his rig.
Okay.
So could be nice.
Yeah, that makes totally sense. And he does great job with that.
Indeed.
You can always entertain yourselves with live shows, as you know. And
good that you added live shows in there.
Well, with other things too, but I might not announce that since it's kind of coming naturally.
Coming naturally, yes.
I guess so.
I think we better stop this now.
Yeah, exactly.
And play
It's
a song.
late night conversation, and thank you everyone for your dedicated or non-dedicated attention, and thank you everyone for requesting the songs and contributing the show, having all those nice chats, and we will be back next week, and keep coming back because you never know when the schedule changes, and we will say goodbye with Sonic Wanderer's Green Beret for today, which was I0's request, and anyone who didn't hear his or her request, next week there might be a time as well. So thank you everyone, have a good night and weekend, and see you next week.
Yes. Have a good night and sleep in tights.
Or not in tights, but
Yes, in
Sleep.
tights. God damn it, it's winter. You sleep in tights.
make sure you sleep, that's the most important.
Yes.
Don't be an insomniac like I was a few weeks ago. So
That's
bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Slay Radio, home of Commodore 64 remixes.